Today's gonna be a quick video about some new products from Radiomaster that they sent me, and I'm going to take a look at them and see how they are, and maybe you're interested in one of those products. So everything is in my workbench now, and one of the most simple stuff that they sent is this bag that converts the box or the radio box that ships with the radio into a carrying case. So as soon as you open it, you see that it's the box that comes with the radio, and it's just this bag that we have added, and they're selling this. It's really cool. The next thing is this case. So this is a very small case, portable, and you can put your radio in there. So I'm gonna open it and show you. You have these compartments that you can move around or simply remove them, and you have this strap, some cushion in there, and the radio can be placed in there like so on the side, and then you can strap this, and then we close it and we have our radio ready to go and protected. Kind of a semi-hard case, so it's very well protected and it's really cool. They also sent me this brand new radio for beginners. This is the T8 Lite from Radiomaster, and it has everything inside. You don't have to worry about putting in your battery because it comes with a battery, and it's very simple, and it is compatible with D16 and D8. So you can bind it by using that button that is in there. You can take this off. It doesn't have the connections there because this is a simpler version radio, and this is the binding button. You can also connect it to the USB of your computer to charge it, and also to use it as a radio for your simulators. So you can practice a lot in the simulator with a very cheap radio like this one. So this radio is very, very cheap compared to other ones. And it comes also with a trainer board there. And this space here is in case you want to use your own antenna, you want to do your DIY antenna mod. And we have these switches here, and this is, you know, these are not the best quality gimbals, but they're good enough for this, for the price. And the radio is really simple, has its built-in battery. Now this radio is great because you can use it with any simulator via USB, so there's no problem on connecting this to the PC, and it has that form factor of a game controller, and it actually works with drones with the D16 and D8 protocols. Now the price of this radio is very cheap because you don't have, you know, the computer system in the radio to do mixes and things like that, because this is thought to be used with drones, and drones have flight controllers, and you do all the mixes or any setup in the software of the flight controller, not in the actual radio. And that's why we don't have that functionality in this radio, and that makes it cheaper. But if we want to compare it to the FlySky i6, which is a radio that actually has a screen and you can do mixes and things like that, well, it's the same price, or around the same price. But this one will have more problems to connect to a computer to do, you know, the simulator stuff. Why? Because that one doesn't connect via USB. This one is also not the best quality. Now, this radio, I can't say that it's the best quality because the gimbals are normal quality and everything else is, you know, very basic. But this one at least is more for airplanes because you can use mixes and do all of that in the screen, and that's something to consider. Now, for this one, you'll have to buy the FlySky receivers, which uses a different protocol than the Radiomaster stuff. For that one, you need to use your own AA batteries. For this one, you just charge it with a USB. It's ready to go. That one, I've used it for some time, but I haven't had the best experiences with that one, but it's been great for a first radio. And that's the one I've recommended if you fly airplanes. Now this one is recommended if you fly drones and you're going to use a receiver capable of D16 or D8 for this particular radio. And here we have this huge case that includes a bunch of things that they sent me. I'm gonna show you right now. So in this huge case you can put a radio and some accessories and stuff like that, maybe your goggles if you're flying FPV, or anything else. Has a lot more space, has some compartment here to save, you know, put maybe batteries or something else there. So it has a lot more compartments, a lot more space, really cool. And in here we have a lot of new things. Here we have some sunglasses, really cool pilot style sunglasses with everything, even a little carrying bag, really cool. I haven't tried them yet. Then we have these extremely good CNC metal gimbals, the AG01 gimbals. I have two of them, really cool. I opened already one of them, so I'm gonna just show you. And inside the box we see a couple of things. We see these little containers. So these containers have like different consistency of kind of lubrication. Inside the box we have also some manual about the gimbal and these tensioners. And this is a gimbal, and it is simply amazing. The quality, the build quality of this gimbal is outstanding. It's all metal, everything is metallic. It is also Hall sensor, and look at the quality of this. I hope you can see that. There is some rubber bands in here, some like to have more grip into that. And we can also adjust the height of the sticks. Of course, we can adjust the resistance here, and that's why we get this lubrication things. So let me open this. So this is number 3 consistency. I'm not sure what number 3 means. This other one is T05 consistency. Then we have this bag with the lube oil on those containers, so you can buy them separately if you need them. The next thing is this. So this is a wireless trainer module. That's what it says here. And you have here a Futaba connector, and this is a common audio jack connector. In the field, if you want to use a radio, has the master and the other one has the student or the slave. And that's really cool because you don't need the two people to be plugged or wired together. They're two radios. You can be, you know, a little bit away or whatever and move freely without having those wires hanging from your radios. Okay, so I'm going to set up this wireless trainer module to be used by a student using this radio, and the master radio will be this one. So we're going to press this button and leave it down until the lights start flashing, and now we release it. That's in binding mode, and now we're going to press the binding button of the radio or whatever other radio, and now it's bound. That's it. Now we turn it off and on again. And that's solid lights, meaning that it's bound, and we can use it now as a servo tester, so we can connect up to 4 channels here. And if we plug the ground to the front or to the top and signal to the bottom, taking the lights as a reference being the top. So we put the ground on top, and now we have like a small receiver, and we can test servos. But the main goal of this little module is to put it in the master radio now, and we're going to take this is the trainer port of this Radiomaster. So we plug it here, and now we go and set up the radio to be able to be a master radio. So we go into the model setup, and we have here the trainer mode is the master jack. And then you're going to the system of the radio and go to the here in trainer. You're going to choose all of the channels that you want to affect 100%. And then the multiplier one, I'll leave it just like that. So I'm not going to mess with that. And then we're going to set up a channel that is going to activate the trainer. So I just selected here in the special functions, this switch here to activate, this is the momentary switch. So that will activate the trainer sticks, and then you have to tick that box there. Okay, so after that we're ready to go. Just make sure to plug this very well in there.
Trainer signal recovered.
Otherwise it will not recognize the thing. So very well plugged in. And now, as you can see, I can move this channel. I'm going to show you all the channels here. Okay, so here I'm moving all the channels with this radio, but if I flip the switch here, I cannot move any channel because I'm holding that switch here. So now this radio here has control over that radio. So that's the trainer radio. So the student can fly and do whatever he needs to do wirelessly. It's not connected with any cable because this is receiving the signal. So that's great. And then if I just release the switch, now I have control. And the student won't have control. And this is going to help us do that. And you can put servos in it and maybe make a small plane or something if you want to use it as a receiver. I won't recommend that. But yeah, it's really cool to use it for training purposes, and that's it. And finally, I wanted to show you this little guy. This is the MC8, and this is a multifunctional checker. And it's really cool because it's a tool that you might use a lot if you want to check the voltage of your battery, and if you want to check channels, RC channels like PWM, Ppm, and even S-bus, and also function as a servo tester. And you can connect your LiPo battery in here with a XT60 connector and output here 5 volts at 1 amp and charge via USB your phone or anything that uses USB to charge your battery for your camera or whatever needs to be charged. So you can use your LiPo batteries for that. I'm not sure if you can see that there. So from 2S to 8S, and you connect the ground towards the left. So you connect the ground there. And that's it. As you can see, we can check the voltage of the battery, which is a full battery, and we see only 3 cells, and that's correct. So we can also navigate in the menu like this, and we can output a signal, a PWM signal on this channel here, which is the only one available, and we can do that here. See how it changes? So if we move this, we can use it as a servo tester. See that? And we change to S-bus. We can output S-bus signals, but we will only modify the channel number 3, which is a shame because I cannot select another channel. But anyways, we have the channel number 3 in S-bus, and then if we click here and select the next one, we have Ppm output. Same thing. Same thing with the output. Okay, Ppm, and we can only modify channel number 3. And we can output again PWM. For measuring, we have the same options. So we can connect here, the RC cable and measure any output. So I have here a small servo. And there we go. And by doing this, we can just move the servo. And here we see the actual microseconds of the pulse. So we can actually fine tune it to go to a certain position. For example, if I want to find the middle position, I'll go to 1500 or close to that if possible. But it's kind of tricky to move it precisely. But there we go, 1502 microseconds. So that should be more or less the middle position of the servo. So it's a nice little tool to have in your toolbox to check the channels of your receivers or check the voltage of your batteries and things like that, or even charging anything that has an USB port. So I hope you like this video, and all the links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.